The story of Joseph. Jacob was a Hebrew who lived in Canaan. He had 12 sons. Jacob's favourite son was Joseph. He gave him a present, which was an expensive coat of many colours. This made Joseph's brothers angry and jealous. One night, Joseph had a strange dream. He had told his brothers how they had all been in the harvest field tying up the corn, when their sheaves of corn bowed down to his. Another time Joseph dreamed that the sun and moon and 11 stars were all bowing down to him. Again he told his brothers, but it made them very angry. They guessed that the dream was about them bowing to Joseph. One day Joseph went out to check on his brothers in the fields. When they saw Joseph, they wanted to kill him. Instead, they threw him into a deep pit. Soon after, some merchants on their way to Egypt came by. The brothers decided to sell Joseph to make them some money. They took off his coat and handed him over for 20 silver coins. The brothers dipped Joseph's coat into goat's blood and took it to their father. Jacob believed Joseph must have died and was very upset. Meanwhile, Joseph was taken to Egypt and sold as a slave to a rich man named Potiphar. He worked hard and was soon put in charge of Potiphar's house and the other slaves. Sadly, Joseph was soon in trouble again. He made Potiphar's wife angry, so she made up lies about him, and he was put in prison. While he was there, 2 men who had worked for the Pharaoh were also locked up. The baker told Joseph a strange dream he had been having. Joseph explained the dream to him, though the news was bad. The cupbearer had also been having a strange dream and told Joseph. Joseph explained the dream to him. This time the news was good. A few days later, the cupbearer was released. Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him. A while later, the Pharaoh started to have strange dreams. No one could tell him what they meant. The cupbearer told the Pharaoh about Joseph. Joseph was sent for, and the Pharaoh told him about his dream. In one dream, 7 fat cows came out of the Nile River, followed by 7 thin cows. In the second dream, 7 fat stalks of corn were eaten by 7 thin ones. Joseph explained the dreams to the Pharaoh. He said there would be 7 good years of harvest, followed by 7 years of famine. He told the Pharaoh that they should store corn so that they would not starve. Joseph was made governor. Back in Canaan, Jacob and his sons were starving. Jacob sent 10 of his sons to Egypt to buy corn from the governor. When they got to Egypt, they did not recognize Joseph. Joseph accused them of being spies and said that he would give them grain, but they must return with their youngest brother. Simeon would have to stay in prison. They soon returned to Egypt with Benjamin, the youngest brother. Joseph welcomed them to set Simeon free. On their way home, a horseman came after them. He accused them of stealing the governor's silver cup. To their horror, it was found in Benjamin's sack of corn. They were taken back to the palace. This was all part of Joseph's plan to find out what kind of people they were now. He said Benjamin must stay behind to be his slave. Judah, the brother who sold Joseph, said, "If you keep Benjamin, my father will die of grief. Please keep me instead." When Joseph saw that his brother had changed, he hugged them. Soon after, the whole family moved to Egypt to be with Joseph. Thanks for watching and listening.